Hello everyone and welcome to episode 59 of Form Guru series by MakeForms. I am Prateek, founder of MakeForms, and today we will try to understand how logical conditions work in one at a time forms and how they are different from the logical conditions in a normal form. Okay, so let's do this. Let's start by creating a standard form first. Okay, so the standard form, what I will do is that I will create a form logic in normal form versus one at a time form. So we need to understand that how a normal form works first, and then how does a conversational form or one at a time form works. So the conversational forms are one where you just get one question at a time, and the normal forms are where you get almost all the fields at once, or they are broken up into multiple steps, with each step having multiple fields at a time. So now what I will do here is that let's try to do another different form this time with certain conditions. So let's say first of all we'll go ahead and we'll add a single choice field. So I would write here, are you a brand or an agency? Brand, agency, neither. Okay, and then what I will do is that I will add certain details, like I will add an input field that says brand name, brand website, and then like I will add another input field, not an input field but a single choice that says uh, what is your what is your revenue? Let's say uh, under sorry under $20,000, $20K to $50K, $50K to $100K, and $100K plus. I'll add one more choice that says how much do you spend on ads? Okay, and I'll just write uh nothing, $20K, not, let's say $5K plus $5K to $10K, $10K to $15K, and let's say $15K plus. So now there are two ways to do this. This is a normal form. What we will also do is that we will now also create an option for the agencies. So let's say I'll add another field that says input field. It says agency name, and then I'll just write agency URL. And what I will do is that I will just add a single choice, and I would say rather than single choice, let's add a number input field and say how many clients do you want to manage, and then let's duplicate this, and this how much does your agency spend on ads per month. Okay, now what we want to do is that as soon as the this particular user selects if it's a brand or an agency, if he selects that he is a brand, I would just want to show all these questions related to brand. If it shows selects agency, I want to show everything related to agency. So now we will see that this is the scenario that we have. Now how can I have this in three different form types? Number one is where we have all fields at once. Second is where we are doing step forms, and the third one is where we are having one at a time. So how does this particular thing works out? How does the logic works in each and every scenario is something that we are going to take a look at. So now I will go into the logic. The first thing that I will select is that if the person selects this particular question as a brand, then I would show the fields brand name, brand website, what is the revenue, and how much are they spending on ads. And what I will do is that I will hide all the fields related to agency. So it would be agency URL, then how many clients do they have, and how much does their agency spend. Okay, and I will save this. Now let's publish this form and see how does this form work like. And now after we do that, we are going to see this as a step form. So I'm trying to do this so that you can make an informed decision as to what kind of form should you use. Okay, so now this is our regular form. The first question that we have is that are you a brand or an agency? So here you can see that this is still visible because we have not set the conditions for agency yet. So as soon as I select brand, I see all these brand related questions. So now let's go back and also add the details for our agency. So I will add one more for agency, and I would name this as agency conditions. Okay. And if the person is an agency, then we will show the fields agency name, agency URL, the clients that they manage, and the ad spend. And I will hide the fields, which is the brand name, the brand website, revenue, and how much do they spend on ads. And I will save this. And this is for the brand. So now let's republish this. And once it's republished, let's go ahead and see this. Now we are going to have this. We select brand, it shows the brand thing. We select agency, it shows the agency related stuff. If I select neither, then it will not show me anything. So this is how we would have done this in a normal form. Now let's do this. Let's clone this form. So okay, so the clone is created. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this form into a step form. Okay, so now to put it out in a step form, what I'll do is I will add a page break here, and then I will add another page break over here. So in this page break, I will name this as brand details, and in this page break, I will just write this as agency details. Now the thing is that since we have converted this from a normal form to a step form, our logical conditions become very, very easy. So we'll quickly delete the original conditions that we had, and now in the logic, I would just write brand logic. And if you are selecting a brand, all we have to do is we just have to skip a step, which is the agency detail. And now if you are selecting the agency option, which is over here, the agency, all we have to do is we have to skip the brand details. And the third one, which is the neither one, neither logic. So if it's a neither, then what we will do is we will skip both the brand details as well as the agency details. So now you see, if you are using a step form, it becomes very easy for you. So now I will go ahead and I will publish this. And now I will check this form out. So I will select this and I select next. So I'm getting the brand details. If I select agency and I hit next, I see the agency details. And if I select neither, then I just get the submit button. So this is how you can actually, put in these kind of two different perspectives that we've shown you. Now what we will do is that we will check out the same thing in a one at a time format. So I will clone this form again. Okay, we'll go inside. And this is OAT brand and agency. Let's name it this way. Now what I will do is that in the form settings, I will enable one at a time. So now you can see that since we already had a step form, this is a question. This has been put up into a question group, and I will just write brand details. and then this one would be an agency details. Okay, and if we see the logic, our logic is still the same. Here we'll have to skip over there we have skip steps. So here we'll have skip fields, and we'll have to skip all those fields. So if it's a brand, we have to skip the agency details, the agency name, the agency URL, and how many clients are they managing. So even if you skip just the agency details, I think it should be fine. So let's just try it out ourselves. So this is for the agency, and then let's skip the fields for the, if it's a brand, we'll skip the agency, and if it's an agency, then we will skip the brand details question group. But I'm not sure if the mm, like just skipping the question group works or not. So let's try it out ourselves. If it's a neither one, then we skip both the brand details and the agency details. Now let's save it out and check it out ourselves. I'm not quite sure if just skipping the question group, it should ideally skip everything, but let's try it out this hypothesis ourselves. So select brand. I'm taken to brand details. Okay, I click on continue. Everything related to brand. That sounds good. I'll select agency. I am taken to agency details, and I'm getting all the agencies. I'd say my agency is Make Stories. My agency URL is https makestories.io. I manage 10 clients, and I spend C. So this is pretty much similar how it works. But now if you see the conversational form, it's looking very sleek, because it's not like everything at once you are clicking something and something comes up. But this is very streamlined. The user interface is very nice. So this is how, like, this is a video for you to decide what you want to use. Do you want to use the normal form? Do you want to use the step form? Or do you want to use one at a time form? The best thing is that you may select whatever you want to use, but MakeForms gives you all the kind of options. So it's completely up to you. The power is in your hands as to which particular format do you want to use. So this was something that I wanted to do for quite some time, because people are really confused at what kind of form format they should use. So I hope this video is useful for you guys. As always, my aim at Form Guru series is to empower you to, like, be the expert at form creation and automation using forms. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. What kind of forms do you want to create? What issues are you having with your forms? And I will try my best to cover that topic up in my next lecture. So that's it, guys. Pratik here from Make Forms. Thank you. Bye bye.